I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. As always, I am at your disposal. Anything you'd like to discuss? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic... that's what my parent... I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My parents, ironically, they internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitude. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even... It's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched. Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the philosophist school of thought. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered it. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher's scholar. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, that's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off. Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmate. Thank you, Captain.
Where are we headed?
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating with an acceptable I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of... We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable... How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side of... What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the... You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemical. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch. Without a skip drive, good luck. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make... Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The Shroud. It has limits. First-generation technology. Very simply, the holographic Shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you. Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its... Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you. Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram. A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy series? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your... Science, that's how. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to stealth. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Yeah, huh?
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it! Blast, that's loud.
You're an artist, Captain. I find myself marveling at the Something vexing you, Captain? I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope. I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has... What about you? What's your story? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you? Oh, I see. You have Bakonu. Unfortunately, philosophism's a false... But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts... Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker? If I can access the data cartridge from the... That'll give us dates, times... I'll comb the last 6 months of... Thank...
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... In fact, I've never had a visitor.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%. Pigs make excellent test subjects, also surprisingly nutritious. I see you found my portable molecular compression. Device, better known as a shrink ray. Find the target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder. Sometime. Oh, thank the Lord. Your skin... Right. Welcome to my little habitation. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret... Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I only regret that I couldn't... Of course. What's on your mind? Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Regardless, it's quite comfortable. Absolutely. No, and I've been...
Ah, the wanted criminal himself. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who. Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I... Oh, fine. As long as you're... For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew. You're a talented scientist, after all. Our kind has always... Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquid. What's on your mind? Absolutely. Oh, goodness, no. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd... Life outside work? No. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also... To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. Because we've lost our way, the board has... The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense. Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the... 10 years. That's how long the average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for... But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. We'll do our very best. I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last... I hope you're not thinking of... They might tempt you with promises of wealth, but don't be fooled. What's on your mind?
By Verity, what are we contemplating today?
Your old hibernation mask had to remove. You know, in case you were prone to vomiting.